Alrighty. To the me who was a child, you don't need to be confused. You're not a boy or a girl. I know the social climate has kind of failed you there. No one knows what non-binary is yet. But it's okay to be confused. It's okay to feel like you're not one or the other and feel bummed that you have to be forced into one. Because that's not what you actually are. You're something completely different that isn't mainstream yet because it's the 90s. No one really talks about gender stuff anyway. But just know there's nothing wrong with you for feeling the way that you feel. You're valid. I know that probably doesn't mean anything to you just yet, but just know that you're gonna be okay. You're gonna get things figured out, and you're gonna thrive. It'll be kind of rocky at first because it's something new. You don't know what's happening, but it'll all make sense, and you're gonna be a lot happier for it. Now, the me that's a teenager, I'm going to choose to speak to the version that's learning that homophobia is bad because the other one that's openly homophobic and transphobic and racist isn't going to listen to a thing I say. Her head's hard as rocks. So I'm going to address the you that's learning. I mean, you still have a ways to go before you get over the transphobia, but as misguided as some of your attempts are, I'm proud of you for getting past the homophobia. But the whole being gay is okay as long as you don't try to convert me thing, that's cringe as hell. That's not how any of this works. Also, just to cut out some questioning in the future, you're not straight either. You're aromantic and asexual. So, no romantic attraction, no sexual attraction. You're not the sole normal one because you don't think sex is important. You're actually the odd one out, kiddo. You won't realize that fully until you're about 19. But just know, you're part of the community that you disparaged. Maybe not one of the most known parts, but still a part of it nonetheless. And yeah, you've accepted your role as a girl, but you don't have to. You don't have to be resigned to being a girl and therefore trying to be the best, most girlest girl for whatever that means to you. And so, well, Eric was right. You're not a girl. I don't I don't know how he picked up on that before either of us did, but yeah, he's right. You are not a girl. You're something called a demi boy. Basically, so so basically your gender leans masculine, but not so masculine that you are a man. You're just kind of a man, but not really. I know that doesn't make any sense to you, but you'll come to understand it in about 10 years or so. Ah, my tunes. Come back. There we go. Now, the me that's in her mid early 20s, I'm glad you've gotten over the transphobia, considering you are trans. And I'm glad the homophobia and the racism are things of the past. Because frankly, you need to get out of that shit. I don't know how you developed a conservative mindset when both your parents are liberal. And all of your friends are liberal. I don't know how it happened. But at least you were smart enough to not broadcast that you were a bigot. But still, that was very bad. I'm glad you're not that anymore. Proud of you. Now, I know you're going through a big questioning phase. You've settled into being asexual. You might not have figured out you're aromantic yet. And you joined your college's GSA, so good on you surrounding yourself with other queer people. And you're still figuring out the gender thing. I get it. It took a while to really get that squared away. We're talking like 10 different labels kind of a while before figuring out the specific flavor of non binary you are. Now, I'm going to warn you, most of your repeat family's not really going to get it. Mom's the only one that's going to actively try. Everyone else probably forgot you even said anything. No surprise, it's Ray, Dad, and Sean, the three men in the immediate family. They still see you as daughter and sister, and that's just something you're going to have to get used to. It sucks, but what are you going to do? Though I will say, at the very least, Sean and Dad aren't going to be transphobic forever. You're their gateway into understanding trans people. And you should be proud of that. It's still going to be frustrating, but it's something to be proud of. Also, Jason is also not straight or cis. So, it's kind of funny you found each other. In a way, you switched genders, because now she's trans femme and genderqueer. And you're trans and non-binary demi-boy. Funny how that works. So, I'm addressing all of you just to say, you deserved better. You should have been better. But I'm proud of how far you've come nonetheless. I don't know. I like to think I'm at a good place, but who knows? Maybe I'll be in my 40s talking to my past self in my 30s. That's just how the screwy world works. And again, there's nothing wrong with either of you for what you're feeling. The world is more complex and complicated than people like to let on. But you do find like-minded people, you do find your found family, you find a community, and you're a lot happier in knowing who and what you are. You'll get there. It'll take 30 years, but you'll get there. So, I can't say I enjoyed being all of you because racist, homophobic, transphobic me was a pain in the ass. But I hope you know things do get better.